DW News coming to you live from Berlin. India is off to the moon as the Chandrayaan 2 rocket successfully lifts off.
3, 2, 1, 0.
The unmanned spacecraft. Hello and a very warm welcome to you. I'm Amrita Chima. India has successfully launched an unmanned spacecraft to the far side of the moon. The Chandrayaan 2 took off from the Satish Dhawan Space Center to cheers from thousands of onlookers. The launch had been delayed a week due to a technical glitch. The Chandrayaan 2 carries an orbiter, lander and rover. It will travel for 2 months before the lander, Vikram, touches down on the moon's surface near its south pole. A robotic rover, Pragyan, will then spend 14 days collecting a mineral and chemical samples for analysis. The mission is a major step for India's efforts to become a space superpower. Up to now, only the United States, Russia and China have landed spacecraft on the moon.
Is now under close loop guidance.
Joining me now from Delhi is Rajeshwari Pillai Rajagopalan. She's the head of the Nuclear and Space Policy Initiative at the Observer Research Foundation. That's a think tank based in the Indian capital. Welcome, Rajeshwari. A big moment for India and its space program. What did you feel when you saw Chandrayaan 2 lift off today?
No, I think this has been an exciting moment, not just for Isro, the Indian Space Research Organization, India as a whole, but also for the whole world. This has become such a prestigious moment because there has been a global attention ever since US President Trump came into office. He talked about going back to the moon. There have been other countries such as India, Russia, China.
Hello, welcome back to the I24 News Desk. And we have takeoff. India has launched its second mission to the moon a week after the blast-off was cancelled because of a technical problem. India hopes the Chandrayaan 2 will be the first mission to land on the moon's south pole. The spacecraft weighs only 2.4 kilos and was launched with a rocket weighing 640 tons. These are live images now from the Mission Control Center in India, and that $150 million project comes just months after Israel's Bereshit rocket crash landed on the surface of the moon. And joining us now from Mumbai.
Thanks for joining us here on France 24 this hour. I'm Jeannie Godula in Paris. Well, we'll start first with this news out of India, and the country's space agency says it has just launched an unmanned spacecraft to the far side of the moon. That successful launch coming a week after a technical snag delayed liftoff, as Delana D'Souza reports.
After a week-long delay due to a fuel leak, scientists at the Indian Space Research Organization say they're ready to take 1 billion dreams to the moon.
Well, India is set to head to the moon today. These live pictures show the rocket that carries the Chandrayaan 2. It's a lunar lander. It's due to blast off in a few minutes' time at 2:43 p.m. local time, to be exact. We're getting these live images right now from the location there. That is, if everything goes according to plan. This is India's second attempt to launch the lunar probe after a technical glitch caused the mission to be aborted just 1 hour before launch last week.
Chandrayaan 2 is India's most challenging mission so far, a highly complex undertaking. The spacecraft should reach its destination in the second week of August, when it enters an elliptical orbit of the moon. Then it will approach the lunar surface. When the landing robot Vikram separates from the craft, the most exciting phase begins. India's first soft landing on the moon. The selected landing site is about 600 kilometers from the lunar south pole.
Welcome back to GMT. India is about to reattempt the launch of its second lunar mission, a week after it halted the scheduled blast-off due to a technical snag. India's space agency hopes the Chandrayaan 2, that means Moon Vehicle 2, will be the first to land on the little explored south pole of the moon. The mission will focus on the lunar surface, searching for water and minerals and measuring moonquakes. Well, we do have some live pictures coming to us now from the Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota Island as the countdown for liftoff is underway. Let's just listen in.
To launch, the excitement building up here on your screens, the close shot of the base, where you will see shortly the S200s igniting on the ground. Minus 18 seconds now.
अब आप ध्यान से अपने स्क्रीन पे देखिए, अब आखिरी के 10 सेकंड बाकी हैं। अब मैं कुछ देर के लिए अपनी वाणी को रोकूंगा, आप ध्यान से देखिए।
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
इस समय आप अपने स्क्रीन पे देख रहे हैं 2 S200 रॉकेट,
प्लस 5 सेकंड,
दोनों का प्रज्वलन हो गया है और उससे 140 टन वाले भारतीय रॉकेट नौगन को ऊपर की ओर लेके जा रहे हैं।
Seems like a successful attempt there to launch the second lunar mission in a week for India after it halted the scheduled blast-off due to a technical snag. And India's space agency saying that the spacecraft will be taking 1 billion dreams to the moon, now stronger than ever before. They're really hoping that the Chandrayaan 2 will be the first to land on the moon's south pole. It's a big mission worth about 150 million India's space agency has spent so far, and India bidding to become just the fourth nation, Russia of course, the United States, China, to have landed a spacecraft on the moon. So a big moment and a proud moment for India. Thousands of people have gathered there at the launch site to witness this attempt. Lots of people, dignitaries, school children as well there, and this has been carried.
Okay, let's talk about this because India has launched its most ambitious space mission yet. New Delhi hopes the $145 million mission will be the first to land on the moon's south pole. The country's space chief said that his agency had bounced back with flying colours after the first attempt was aborted. Our business reporter, Nitin Srivastava, joins us now from Delhi. Hey, Nitin, good to have you with us. I was going to ask you how much it cost, but I just read. So $145 million. What does India hope to get out of this?
Well, India's been talking about doing research, more research on the moon surface in terms of water, in terms of minerals, and also about moonquakes. And that's what the whole mission is all about. The Indian Space Agency has obviously had this success way back in 2008 when that was the first Indian mission to moon. Of course, the landing didn't take place, but then the all-important discovery of finding water on the moon surface happened then, and that this is a program which actually aims to take this forward.
Indeed. So, Nitin, I'm going to have to ask you because some people will be thinking about this. India, a country that lacks a lot of infrastructure, a country that has extreme poverty. I think more than 700 million Indians don't have access to a toilet. Really? Should they really be spending this sort of money on a space program?
Well, this is something which has always been debated over here in the last 30, 40, 50 years. But there is another fact which says that Indian space program has by and large been considered fairly successful in the last 40, 50 years by Indians. The reason being it's been a homegrown, low-cost space research program. Suppose you compare it with the cost of the US space program. Say it was a few $1 billion in the late 1960s and 70s. This mission mission which costs India 150 max US million dollars is much lesser. And then India has been doing a lot of weather forecasting. This space programs have been used for better missile technology. So yes, this has largely been seen as a success story. Of course, there are some grey areas and there are issues which are of concern still.
Indeed. Nitin Srivastava, short and sweet, but we appreciate your time. Thanks very much, sir. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining us live from Delhi.